Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We have a couple of drivers. We will listen to them who said what at Mexico Grand Prix. We will listen to them together with my brother, and then we will give our honest opinion for all of them particular. Don't forget to like this video.
Max, if I can come to you on the incident with Lando in particular, but we've looked at George and Valtteri as well, we've looked at various other ones, and no one at any point is saying you've done anything wrong or you were wrong on track, so I want to make sure you understand that from our point of view. The question a lot of people have is, when you brake later to go into a corner and you don't necessarily make that corner and you go off track yourself, people are asking, is there a need to have a line in the regulations that maybe clarifies that and says that should you go off track yourself in defending that corner, then either no penalties are applied or both get a penalty? Do you feel like there's a gap there? Should it happen to you and the situation's reversed?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you cannot overtake outside of the white line. That's a very clear rule, and I've been done by it, myself. So I don't understand why then suddenly now we need to ask and scream for changes in the regulation, when it's been like that forever. I mean, I grew up go-karting, F3, F1. You know that you cannot pass outside of the white line. It's as simple as that.
But I think the confusion comes from the fact that Lando was ahead going towards the corner, but actually at the point of apex, which is where they put the rule in, you were ahead. But because you'd come off the brakes or braked so much later, it meant that you didn't make the corner, and in which case, is that a fair scenario for both drivers? And if the situation was reversed?
I think how the rules are written, I don't make the rules, first of all. I just follow the rules as much as I can. Of course, sometimes you get caught out with it. I mean, we've had that in the past. I just implement the rules and play with them.
What do you think?
For one thing, he is right. I don't make the rules, but the other things I'm not the Max Verstappen.
He said that the rules are simple and they need to be followed. You cannot overtake
you
from
must
the outside
be,
line.
I think the rule is wrong because two of them were outside the track.
Yeah, but the apex is where the rules are implemented, and that's the part he used them to get that position, and that's why Lando got the penalty. Let's listen to Lando and then we'll give another opinion about it.
Lando, now that we've all had a chance to look more closely at the race itself, the move in turn one looks like it was written off as a first lap thing, whereas George's on Valtteri was later in the race, even though it was a very similar move.
Yeah.
So we can understand that. But in terms of the one on turn 12 towards the end of the race with you two, it looks as though through braking later, or for coming off the brake, Max has been able to take the inside line, be ahead at the apex, but as a result has pushed you off, and you've both gone off. So in that sense, do you think the regulations need a line that say that if both of you then end up leaving the track as a result of it, you both get penalised or it's kind of wiped out? Do you want some clarification, or what would you like to see happen, and what will you say in the driver's briefing and with the GPDA?
I mean, we'll ask questions. We've already asked certain questions. It's not something that needs to be done publicly or anything, but we can just have conversations on why I got the penalty, because I don't believe it was correct. I think the majority of people don't agree it was correct. But that's life, and sometimes it doesn't go your way. But I think things just need to be clear for the future on what's allowed and what's not. I think the fact of getting off your brakes to achieve just the ruling of being ahead at apex, no matter how wide you run on the exit, is incorrect, and I don't think that's how racing should be. Of course, that's the ruling at the minute, and that's just what you got to deal with. So I think there needs to be some tweaks, but at the same time, Max races hard. That's inevitable. It's something I expect. I just don't think I was in the wrong last weekend. We're both on the limit, and it's hard to judge. Sometimes you're braking by the perfect centimeter or meter, even when you're going the speeds that we do. But not necessarily do I believe I was correct, let's say. I just don't believe any of us were necessarily in the wrong. So it's not that I shouldn't have got a penalty and he should. I just don't think any of us should have got a penalty. I've tried to overtake. I've done it in a way that probably isn't the best way to do it. But he also didn't defend or attack, whichever one you want to say it is, in the way that also applies by the rules, So we were both in the wrong, and therefore I think that's racing. But it's not for me to decide, it's for the stewards to decide, and they have a tough job on making these rules and adapting to every single one, because every race and every point is different to look into. But sometimes it's just hard to understand. You need to understand, I think, the driver's mindset. Max has nothing to lose. I have a lot to lose. So he can afford to take much bigger risks than I can. And that's just the unfortunate position that I'm in at the minute. But I enjoy the racing. I really enjoyed the battle that we had last weekend. But of course, need to make some tweaks on my side at the same time to make sure I come out on top.
Definitely, I agree with him. He's every ball.
Yeah, but he said
He's right.
Yeah.
Until tomorrow,
he clarified
until he
it.
dies.
Yeah, he clarified it. Like,
He's
not
right, but the rule is like stupid rule, let's say, or scandal or something. I don't know why, because two of them were out of the white line, but one of them
got the
is
penalty.
penalized. That thing is that I can understand why FIA made that
Because they got
scandal.
they are more focusing, not the both of the
Yeah,
drivers
I
got
understand,
outside,
but
they focus on
he
the
was
apex.
okay. Let's say Verstappen was on late on braking, and he went out of the track, right?
Yeah, he used that. Used
that glitch on
Yes.
the rule, let's
Yes.
say. But I think like
And he got away.
I don't know. Do we have Russell here? But he said that regulations need to be updated. Let's say.
He
to
said
change.
if you want to avoid that particular scene, you need to put something on the white line that, like a gravel or a grass, that drivers won't go that far away.
That thing is more genius than that
Yeah.
change the. But as you know, on that track is like hard thing to add gravel,
Yeah.
because they have the other series.
Yeah, they have other particular
Yeah.
sports that compete on that
And they
particular
can,
track.
they can put that gravel, but
They need to take it off. It's a
Take it
lot of
off.
money. It's a lot of investment, and it's hard to do it. But it is what it is. Like, we need to accept that and move on further away. Let's listen to Lewis, what he has to say about it.
Can I ask you, we've been talking to a lot of drivers about the penalties that were incurred in Austin by various, George being one of them, the incident with Max and Lando at the end. How do you see it at the moment? Do you think it's consistent, the stewarding? Do you think maybe a line needs to be added in the regulations if you brake late for a corner and don't make the corner and go off track yourself, that the person trying to overtake you on the outside, in Lando's case, doesn't also receive a penalty? Do you think some tweaking needs to happen?
I mean, I have for a long time. It's interesting that people are talking about it now, because it's the same thing happened to me in 2021. And if you take Brazil into account, for example, on the braking you're ahead, but then the car just comes off the brakes and doesn't make the corner, and you have to go wide. But then they say you both went wide, but you had no choice because you had to avoid collision. I mean, there definitely needs to be something done about it, because it's happening a lot now, and you shouldn't be able to come off the brakes and run more speed in, go off track, and still hold your place.
I think we don't need to comment on this, because
he said everything.
But everything needs to be saying. It's like we will be like stupid if we comment something about
He was really clear with that. Let's move on.
Let's jump to Leclerc.
Yeah.
I mean, Max has always been on the limit of regulations, but that's what makes racing Max so exciting, and that's also why I really like having those fights with him, is that you know that he will never let any room any room to you, and it will be always at the limit of the regulations, and that's what makes those fights very exciting. Having said that, I feel like there are a few things maybe in Austin that I have seen that we maybe have to discuss with the FIA, because I feel like the penalties were sometimes a little bit too harsh, and we've got to make sure that we all align, the FIA and us drivers, in order to make sure that it's clear what we can do and what we cannot do. When I'm saying that, it's more about, I think, Oscar overtake on the Saturday, which for me didn't really deserve a penalty. But this is an ongoing process that we always try to optimize with the FIA, and it's a discussion that we'll have, I'm sure, during this briefing. But to come back with Max, it's always at the limit of the regulations. Sometimes it goes a little bit over, but yeah, that's what makes Formula One exciting. Those fights makes it exciting.
100%.
Yeah.
maybe it's okay. It's right. Like that positions make Formula One more excited, but
Look,
I'm gonna just say this fourth, and I'm not gonna talking about more for this position because it's like
it's too much.
every
It's too
day
much.
still the same talks, and I think it's like enough. They victimized Norris with that scandal decision, and and they must change that rule.
Yeah, for that particular track, yes.
Not just for that track, like
In general,
yeah, in general, because okay, you are defending, you need to make something, but not like that. Just be on
yeah.
late break.
Don't play dirty.
Yeah,
Don't play dirty. Yeah,
because you're late on braking, you are just closing his way and pushing him outside of the track. If he pass you, he will have like 5 second, 10-second penalty.
yeah.
But you are in, let's say, too late on braking. Yeah, you are pushing him to outside. You have nothing like that.
Yeah, I think
So
there should
stupid.
be a change in the rules because that's maybe some
But okay,
maybe if
we have used with the FIA because they took championship from Hamilton. This kind of positions are nothing.
yeah
If we compare what happened to Hamilton at 2021 with the GOAT Latifi, like this position is nothing. It's like just some dirt.
I don't know. I hope they get new people in the FIA that are more professional in this way and don't destroy the sport. I hope we will have better judgments in the near future. I think that's it. Thank you everyone for watching this video with us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. If you have something to add up, comment down below. And please don't forget to like this video and the other ones that we have on this channel. See ya.